Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Don't you love it when you feel at ease? When you feel like there's nothing to worry about? When you feel relaxed and safe? Well, that probably indicates that you're in your comfort zone, my friend. And of course, whatever you're feeling uncomfortable, you're obviously not in your comfort zone anymore. And anything new brings you outside of your comfort zone, as I mentioned in my last video about change. So now the question is, how do you get something new that you want a part of your life or you want to get the hang of inside of your comfort zone? Do you just jump at it and hope for the best? Or just ignore it? Or do you just stare at it from afar? Well, that would be kind of creepy. Well, the answer, guys, is to simply fool your brain. Now you're probably thinking, how can I fool my brain when I just told my brain that I'm gonna fool it? When you want something into your comfort zone, you can't just jump right at it when it's so far away, because even if you do reach it, you'll be dragged right back into your comfort zone. And I'm gonna explain why. Okay, so there are two parts of the brain. Well, they're not two parts, there's a lot of parts to the brain, but we're just gonna talk about these two parts of the brain. So the first part of the brain that we're gonna talk about is called the basal ganglia. And obviously I don't know how to say that word right, so we're just gonna call this part of the brain Mr. Lazy. And Mr. Lazy is the type to stick to the norm. Is the type to, lay back and, we're just gonna do what we're used to, because that is just much, much easier and not that much work. The second part of the brain that we're going to talk about is called the prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is all motivated and it's just like, yeah, let's do something new. Let's do this. Oh my God, you have that dream and it's way, way over there. Let's run to it. Let's, sprint and run and, let's take a jet all the way to that new thing. That's how the prefrontal cortex works. It's motivated, it's pumped, it's ready. Now, the thing about the prefrontal cortex is that it gets tired very easily and it just turns off. I'm done. It just okay, I'm tired. You just got the rocket, it's fine. I don't want to go all the way over there. So that's when Mr. Lazy steps in and makes you go back to your old habits, makes you go back to your old ways, and makes you go back to your old, whatever, the norm. So how do you fool Mr. Lazy into not going back to the norm? Well, instead of taking this big leap or this big jump all the way to that one faraway thing that is way out of your comfort zone, take a small step out of your comfort zone. Like so small that even Mr. Lazy says, go for it because it is not that much work. Then that small thing sooner or later becomes a part of your comfort zone. So you take another small step and that part becomes a part of your comfort zone. Then you take another small step and that part becomes a part of your comfort zone. And before you know it, that faraway thing that you want to get the hang of, or that faraway thing that you want into your comfort zone, is suddenly right in front of you. Why did that work? Because you took baby steps and you made your brain think that, I wasn't doing too much work, but at the end you gained success. Because at the end of the day, it is better to take small baby steps and at the end succeed than to take this huge big jump and fail. Okay, but guys, it is okay and it is normal for Mr. Lazy to not really agree with that small step that you want to take, because it's still outside of your comfort zone and it's unfamiliar with it. So what you want to do is visit it a few times, check it out a few times, take that small step a few times and go back, until, Mr. Lazy gets used to it and gets familiar with it. And sooner or later, Mr. Lazy will adapt to it. Now that's all I have for this week. So tell me, guys, what is something that was so far out of your comfort zone that is now in your comfort zone? Or what is something that you want to have in your comfort zone, and what is that small step that you're going to take to get it into your comfort zone? Think about it. Plan it. Do it, And remember, guys, a healthy mind equals a healthy life. Assalamu alaikum.